Shalom, everyone. Welcome to LJ's Spurs chat. I hope you're all well. Please excuse me if I'm a bit lackadaisical today. I'm really tired. I've been up since 3:30 because I thought I'd stay awake and watch the boxing because those of you that know me well know I'm a big boxing fan. Speaking of boxing, I just want to say that such sad and terrible news today at the passing of Ricky Hatton, one of the UK's best loved, most successful boxers, and rest in peace, gone far too early. And our thoughts, of course, are all of his family and close friends. Absolutely gutted. It actually threw me off for a good hour. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, rest in peace. And I just don't know what else to say, mate. We've just lost a legend. Anyway, on to the game yesterday. West Ham 0, Spurs 3. After a slow start, Spurs eventually cruised to a 3-0 victory over West Ham in East London. In an even game for most of the first half, Spurs looked to have taken the lead after Cuti Romero headed in from a Cuda's corner, which was somehow ruled out for offside, in what I will say is an absolute disgraceful decision. Not being biased, but it's an absolute disgraceful decision. They need to be answerable to these decisions, I think, in my opinion. But to be fair to Spurs, they didn't like down tools or get the ump or anything like that. They started to dominate, give them a kick up the arse that they needed, and they was forcing a succession of corners, and it was from a corner in the second half, which Papsar headed into the net to give Spurs the lead. G'day, Milton. A deserved lead at that time. Apparently, the manager or the coaching staff said to the boys at half they'd noted that West Ham believed the back post and corners free, and that's exactly what happened as the players celebrated the goal. They pointed towards the bench. The brilliant Lucas Birdwell added a second, looping a terrific header over the keeper after being found by Romero, who clipped a lovely pass over the top of the West Ham defence. Van der Ven added a third from inside the box after more decent work from man of the match Birdwell. Spurs cruised from that moment, taking a piss really for the last 20, 30 minutes, like a training session. Earlier on, West Ham Sutik was given a straight red card for very dangerous challenge on Polina, which could have been a lot worse. And I'd be interested to see if there's going to be further action upon possible leg breaker, that was, in my opinion, to be fair. Spurs boss Thomas Frank said after the game, I think West Ham defended very well in the first half. I'm so happy that the goal came in the second half because you never know, the momentum can change after half time. But we kept going and scored a good goal after, and then 3-0 done. So a very good, clear win, a good performance. We all know the derby and the importance of the game for the fans, and I think it's a testament to the boys in the group that we haven't won here in 6 years. It shows everything how difficult it is to play here, and that we won 3-0 today. I think that's impressive. So, Milton.
Away, mate.
Good win yesterday. Did you manage to see it?
So I watched the first half and then listened to the second half, and then after work I got home. I watched the full replay again.
Yeah, it was the second half that took my eye, to be fair.
I still can't get over the fact that Romero's goal was disallowed.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I said, I don't know if he was listening, and I said, they need to be held accountable for such decisions. They really do. And the fact is that they could have had and should have had a penalty after. They were saying, it wasn't given because it was 6 to 1 and half done of the other. Well, surely that means that in the Romero incident.
Exactly right. And when you look at it closely, it was Kyle Walker-Peters who was dragging down Romero. Romero had no hands on him. Well, what a finish by Bergvall. My God.
Great finish.
That was busted. So happy. That's his first goal in the Premier League for us.
Yeah. Good neck muscles there, wasn't it, man? That wasn't an easy header, that. It wasn't an easy header.
But what a ball from Romero. That was pinpoint.
He had a good game yesterday, didn't he, Romero?
Yeah, he did. He played very well. The whole team did as a collective. They all played well. Jet Spence played well. They all.
Go on, Mel. Yeah.
Jet Spence, like he's playing through his skin. That kid, he's just getting better and better.
Well, I got to admit, in the first half, I thought he was having a nightmare, Jed Spence. I don't know what was the matter with him, whether it had gone to his head a little bit, but he seemed to Shalom. Whether he improved in the second half, or he got kicked up the arse, I don't know. But I wasn't happy with him actually. In the first. I'll tell you the player that I want to pick out, Milton, is Polina, because they all get the plaudits, don't they? Like Saar, Bergvall, Romero. But Polina won more duels, 10, and made more tackles, 5, than any other player against West Ham. But he often goes
of course, because he's not getting the goals and assists. People overlook that, but he's doing the hard yards. He's the big six that we've been missing. We haven't had a six since Dembele and Wayama. That's what we need. And finally, for once, we bought a player with experience, not 18 and 19. He's 30 years old. He's still got another 4 years in him. Easy.
Yeah, I think they should. If he carries on like he is, I think they should definitely sign him. Cut the 3 years. I really do, because he's that important, ain't he?
Archie Gray is getting much game time.
No, I thought they should have sent him out on loan, to be honest. Do you know what it is with me, though, Milton? I will say this. When Spurs play well, I always look, I get called negative. I'm not. When they play well, I always look to see what we can improve. But when they play poorly, I'll always look for positives. Do you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
And yesterday, I don't know about you, if you said he watched it back, because I was sitting here with my boy Harry watching it. And that first half really was so slow, so ponderous from Tottenham. And I'm wondering and I'm going to ask your opinion on this. We got a line up here that yesterday they had a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, two 22-year-olds, a 23-year-old, a 24-year-old, and a 25-year-old. So it's a young team. Do you think that is why they started so slow? Because they were really slow. They didn't pick anything up until that VAR incident, because we can't afford to start that slow against the so-called better teams.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Could have been a lot of factors. They could have just thought, we'll start slow, see the tempo of the game, find your feet, and gradually work into the game. Because a lot of times, if we go full pace, full ball like a rocket, and they score from our counter attack, what I've noticed with Spurs is when we score first, we have our tails up and we play with confidence. But then take the Bournemouth game, we concede a goal, and it's like we drop down levels, and then we're scratching for answers that we can't find, and then they overcomplicate things. You know, taking a shot where they need a pass, taking a pass where they could have taken a shot. So I thought they just started slow, grind out the game, and then grow into the game eventually in due time.
Yeah, it just worries me a little bit when I see that. I mean, I'll say they can't do that against the big teams, but I suppose against the massive, the big games, I suppose the hides up and all that. And it made me laugh yesterday about that Romero thing, because that really put me on a downer watching that game when that happened. Because I said to my boy, do you know what? Me or my boy, we didn't even jump up, Milton, for the goal. That's how, you know what I mean? Because you just think, what are they going to disallow it for? And there you go. And he got disallowed. You can't, they're ruining. And it made me laugh because James Maddison put a tweet out. I don't know if you see it. And he put it out saying, honestly, the referees and VAR have had an absolute shocker at the start of the season. If that goal was disallowed for a foul, you will never, ever see a corner be taken without referee blowing for something ever again. He's right, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true. But I don't see tweets because I'm not on Twitter or X or anything like that. I don't really do social media. But it's a valid point. Like, if that's the case, you'd never see a corner because there's always argy-bargy inside the box. That's football. Premier League is a different beast. We are the strongest. You physically got to be strong to play Premier League. Yeah. It's going to come to the point that you're not allowed to touch anyone. It'll be like touch football.
It is going to be that. But like the man said there, about Van der Venler, that comment there, that's what I was saying before you go on. They said it was the referee made the decision and VAR agreed with the decision because they're trying to change it where they basically want to agree with the ref, which is stupid because what's the point of having VAR then? But he said that it said the decision was based on it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. That's to the one that What's the Point FC's on about. That's why they didn't get the penalty. Surely the Romario one is also 6 and one and half of the other. Surely, it doesn't. They contradict themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, 100%. Like, and at the end of the day, like I said, it was Kyle Walker-Peters who was dragging Romero down and argy-bargy with Van der Ven. Like, he's 5'7". He's not going to knock off VDV off his feet. He's 6'4". He's a beast.
Yeah, I did see Kyle Walker-Peters at one point marking Romero, and I thought that's a mismatch. They didn't have any organisation, West Ham. Crap. We look very dangerous, didn't we? Since Franks took over, we look a lot better from set pieces, don't we?
A lot more safer. And what I was pleased to see as well, another clean sheet.
Yeah. They didn't really threaten, did they? I think they had one chance through Paqueta who just side-footed it wide. I think that was really it.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but how many clean sheets did we have last year?
Not many.
Not many.
No.
And to have 3 clean sheets in the first 4 games is remarkable. So, and Vicario is looking a lot safer, and he's not getting antagonised much in the box. Mm-hmm. So,
what did you think of when we see the team sheet came out? A lot of people were moaning about Tell being up front. Obviously, we've got the Champions League Tuesday, which we'll come to later. But I could understand why he done it, but I didn't understand why he started to Tell up the top, because we were struggling, like I said, in that first half when we were playing slow and passive and too deliberate. Tell up front, he had no chance. He had no chance of holding up the ball or anything. What did you think of Tell up the top there, Milton? It's difficult.
It's difficult because I reckon he thought he'll start Tell and save Richie for the Villarreal game. But I also think, in my opinion, is that he started Tell for him to build on his confidence. Because after not being included in the Champions League squad, if he gives Tell like very limited game time, his confidence is just going to dip and keep going down. So he's trying to get him to get as much game time and to prove a point. That's my opinion. Because I reckon if he dropped Tell and he's out of the CL squad, he's just confidence is going to be rock bottom. And when your confidence is rock bottom as an athlete, it's hard to get out of that hole. That's my opinion.
I do agree with you. Yeah. We was terrible up front, but if it's me, I'm like that. There's no sentiment in football. I'm starting Richie. If you get 2-3 goals up, then bring Tell on. Yeah, that's my opinion. But I completely agree with what you're saying. To be honest with you, I do really agree. With
both our points is valid. Like, you can debate both. Like, you can see the reasons for picking Tell, and you can see the reasons should have started Richarlison. But I was surprised that Randall didn't get 15 minutes or so.
I did hear before the game that he wasn't match fit, so he might be saving him for the Champions League. I don't know.
Could be.
What was your take on? What was your take on Xavi, as I call him, Simmons? I thought he'd done
Simons.
I thought he'd done right.
He done all right for debut. Like, I'm not going to say it was an outstanding performance, but a solid 7. You could see what he's trying to implement and see his game style. And it's going to take time for the whole team to adapt and work together as a team. But I see some positive spark in him. So give him time, and we'll judge him at the end of the year. But I was happy with his performance. It wasn't the best performance, but a solid 7. And that's all you can. That's all you can ask for. It's your debut in a different league. He's never played in a league with the physicality that is Premier League. So, and there's not much size of him. He's only a little fellow as well, but he held his own, and he's got that creative spark. And give him time, and I reckon he'll hit the ground running.
I agree with that comment there. Tell doesn't. I do agree with it. I'm really worried.
Yeah, he looks like.
I know he's young, but I am proper worried about him because nothing seems to be coming off for him. He can't hold the ball up. They was put, like the man said, it up. Someone put it on here up top. We were crap. They're pinging it up top to him. He couldn't hold it up. Can't seem to beat a player. I don't know if he just needs one to go in off his arse or what. It's a difficult one, isn't it? But you've got to start with Richarlison, I think, yes. We got away with it yesterday, I think, because it West Ham were crap.
With Tell, he reminds me a bit like Richarlison. They overthink too much. And when they overthink, they get caught in two minds and they don't know what to do. But if he starts just playing off the cuff, off the top of his head, we can maybe see him contribute a bit more. But like what's the point says, he's like he's caught in two minds. And when they overthink, whatever they want to do next, when they overthink a play, they get confused and then they get stuck. And next thing you know, they've either lost the ball or a bad pass or whatever it may be. But yeah, see what happens. He's still young.
He wasn't even pressing though yesterday, was he? So as soon as Richarlison came on, at least Richarlison can most of the time hold the ball up. At least Richarlison.
But it looked like he had a problem with his leg. You could see Tell in the first half.
He was off injured at one time, but they kept him on, didn't they?
Yeah, because he looked like he was hobbling like a one-legged bird.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but I don't know what happened. He seemed to run it off, didn't he? But I've got to admit that last 20 minutes, say half an hour, was cruise control, and that is all you can ask for in it when you've got a Champions League game coming up.
Yeah, and I was surprised. Bloody Suchek didn't break Pelini's leg.
Well, I think they should. I know you'll get you got a straight list. That's 3-game ban, but I think that he should face more action than that. Bayern Munich team that tell yeah. It's worrying that they give us to him, really, because I'm reading that comment there, Milton. If wouldn't let someone go of his age and of his so-called potential if they had confidence that he was going to succeed, that's the worry for me.
Yeah,
but Frank is known to coach players, so we'll have to just give him time, eh?
You just got to give him time, right? And at the end of the day, you don't know what's going in the player's mind as well. He could be having, off football issues. Like he might, be having a relationship problem or problem with family and friends. You just don't know what's in their head at the time. It's so easy to judge a player.
Yeah, you don't know, do you? He just, like I said, I think he just needs one to go in off his arse or something.
Yeah, he just needs a bit of luck. But as long as we keep winning in clean sheets, that's all I care about. So I'm interested to see how we perform against Villarreal. Are we at home at that game or is it in Spain?
We're at home, and I was just Villarreal started all right. They're fifth in the Spanish league with 2 wins from 4 games, a draw and a defeat.
They lost their last game.
But I think that if we put our strongest team out, we should do well under the lights there.
I'm predicted a 2-0 win for us.
Probably good, yeah. A 2-0 win. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to get off to a good start. And the draw that we've been given, we should make it through to the next round. I'd expect that anyway. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
because the hardest games we've got, we got PSG, Dortmund, and Monaco away will be tricky.
Yeah. And there was also for Frank, isn't it? Because he's never had to do this before.
No, but he's got a good football. He's got a good football mind, and he's got a good coaching team behind him. I think he'll do well.
I liked his substitutions yesterday as well because he was thinking obviously about Tuesday.
Yeah, but in regards of West Ham, they're
shit.
I reckon they're going to get relegated.
I think they could.
I don't think Potter's going to be. I don't think Potter's going to be long in the job.
Yeah, it was shit to watch. Yeah, well, I was moaning because as I was saying before you come on, Ron, when Spurs play well, I always look for negatives. It don't mean I'm being pessimistic, but when they play bad, on the other, I always try and look for positives. And I was really pissed off with the first half. It was pedestrian, slow, it was ponderous. I couldn't understand it. That VAR decision was good in a way because it gave them a kick up the arse, where the old Spurs
that's true.
And probably lost. But
like I said, when we concede first, our heads go down automatic. But when we score first, we start playing with a bit more integrity, a bit more passion. So That's what I fear. When we start playing against the bigger teams, and if we concede first, where do we go from there?
Yeah. See, I was thinking that yesterday. I actually said that to my boy Ron. I said, "This is supposed to be West Ham. Well, it's West Ham's cup final every year, isn't it? It's supposed to be the east end of London, to the north end of London." I'm like you. I can remember. Well, I'll say the 80s. You know, blood and thunder, challenges going in. The derbies don't seem to be the same, and I think that is because of it. A bunch of foreigners, they don't really understand it. I've never
Yeah.
heard that crowd so quiet when we've had to go there as Tottenham. I've never heard of it. The only one that's loud the derby to matter now is the Arsenal one. You know what I mean?
Like you said, but the foreign players at the end of the day, they're not Spurs fans. They play for Spurs, but they don't know what it means for a derby game at the end of the day. Like, they might understand it's a derby, but as fans, you want to see the rough and tough football. You want to see the sliding tackles. Sorry about the noise. I'm just at the work site.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, when they turn up, they're always told about the North London derby, aren't they? They understand. But sometimes I don't even think it's that. I'm just reading out the stats here. Obviously, 3-0. We had 14 shots to their 7. I can't even remember them having 7. They had 4 shots
I
on
thought that
target.
about 3.
I remember them 4 shots on target they had. We had 64% possession, 456 successful passes to their 230, 47 long passes, 13 corners. And as I said, I don't know if the other boys was on then. I'm well happy with the corners. It was exactly Javi and Kudus taking the corners, weren't it? They looked dangerous, putting them right under the bar.
Yeah, and Xavi's corner for Papa Batasar's goal, that was a peach of a ball.
Yeah, as I
and
said,
there was no one marking him.
No, they
There
noticed
was no one was marking the back post. No one was anywhere near Papa Batasar. He had a free shot of goal. By the time the ball went in, there was like 4 or 5 West Ham players at the back of the net.
Yeah, good header though, wasn't it?
Oh, quality. Happy for him.
What did you think of Kudus' performance? Because I thought he'd done really well. He was getting a lot of shit. God, how desperate was he to score? He nearly scored twice. I really was wanting him to score yesterday.
Yeah, same. I think he was trying a bit too hard. He was just like taking shots left, right, and centre. He wanted to score. And I could have seen if he had scored, the celebrations would have been through the roof.
Yeah.
The West Ham fans would have been.
Player for us, Milton.
What's that?
I think he's going to be a big player for us. Yeah, I agree with that. Sarr is playing brilliant. But I've always said this about Sarr. I don't know if you agree with me, Matters. It's like, even in the past, if you give Sarr a run of 4, 5, 6 games, he's all right. But you keep putting him on once every 3 games, once every 4 games or whatever as a sub, he's crap. As soon as he has a run of games, he seems really good. We need players like that because he runs about everywhere.
Yeah, and he's got the long legs. He's like a praying mantis, and he just keeps running. That boy.
Yeah, he does.
It could be the first minute or the 91st minute, and he's just running constantly. It's like his stamina is through the roof. It's like he never gets tired. That young kid.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're feeding him, but I could do with a bit of what he's having.
What do you reckon what did you reckon to Bergval's performance? I thought, again, he was like the others in the first half, but as the game went on, and especially, obviously, we all know what, being probably ex-players, what a goal does for you, the goal. Then he started turning on the style, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he got an assist for VDV's goal as well.
Yeah.
He was just a terrier. He was just everywhere.
He's got a high level.
And the thing is, he's only 19.
I know.
Imagine when he's in his peak. Like, imagine when he's between the ages of 24 to 27, having 400 games. Oh, if he keeps going the way he is, you could see Real Madrid going for him in 2 years' time.
Yeah. Well, they'll have to give us
or a buck.
Yeah.
No.
I haven't heard anything.
Fuck the money. You want to keep him.
I haven't heard anything about Solanke yet, so I'm imagining that Richarlison will start against Villarreal. Maybe only come on as a sub if it depends on his fitness. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a bit worried about Richarlison because when he don't start, he sulks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very difficult. I know it's problems like the managers like to have, trying to keep all the players happy, but it's going to be difficult because everyone wants to play in that Champions League, don't they?
Oh, every player wants to play for that. That's why we got the likes. We signed the likes of Kudos and Javi Simons and Randall Kulabawani because everyone wants to play Champions League. It's
I think
the
you've
best,
just got into the players' minds now that it's no longer like in the 80s and perhaps the 90s. No longer an 11 game. It is a squad game now. You've just got to get it into.
Yeah.
And it's so hard juggling about, but so I don't think Bergvall was interviewed after the game saying he cannot wait to play in the Champions League. I don't think he'll be in the starting 11. I think they'll play Bentancur and Polina.
Yeah, well, that's why Bentancur was on the. Well, he didn't even play against West Ham, did he?
No.
He was an unused sub, so
yeah.
I reckon they're going to go full more. Yeah, they'll start with Paulinho and Bentancur, and you might see Bergvall maybe come on 75th minute. Just depends how the game's going.
It's going to be interesting. I think we know what the team's going to be. It's just the top. I'm not sure about the top, the centre forward. Like, you know what I mean? To be honest with it, I think it'll be Richarlison with Xavi on the left, Kudus on the right. I think we can. It's going to be a good. I think we can. I'm expecting. I don't know why. You know what I mean? But I'm expecting a really strong performance under the lights, stadium. You know, I'm expecting a really strong performance. I want us to go straight at them as well.
Yeah, we need to start fast.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we score first, we play with our tails up and we play with confidence. So if we can nick a goal in the first 15 minutes, I reckon we'll get a win comfortably.
Because I think we've got to make that, and we can do it. We've got to make that a very, very intimidating atmosphere.
Yeah, and it also depends on how Villarreal set up. They might park the bus and play, a 5-4-1 and pretty much just have, 10 players at the back and one up front.
Well, this is why we've
go for a counter.
This is why we've invested in players, isn't it? Like Kudos and Xavi, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they got to be the locksmith. They got to open up, key areas and, feeding balls in the box. I wouldn't be surprised if, to be honest, Richie doesn't start and he starts with Koulibaly.
Yeah, I'm really not sure about that. I'm really not sure.
We don't know.
One. No, it's a really difficult one because they were speaking to Simmons the other day, and he said his favourite position. He can play anywhere across the front three, but his favourite position is in the number 10 role, just behind the striker.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how Frank sorts it out.
When is the game? The game's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, Tuesday. It's on. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, so that'll be my Wednesday then. What time is kickoff? You know the kickoff time?
8 o'clock, I think. I'll double check it, but I think it's 8 o'clock. I think
so
it'll be a good game.
Yeah, so that'll be 5 a.m. Wednesday Australian time.
I'm just checking, double checking. Yeah, 8 o'clock Tuesday. So what's that for you?
Yeah, it'll be 5 in the morning, so I'll be at work because I start work at 3:34 in the morning. So I won't be able to watch the game, but I'll be listening to the game.
Yeah.
And then after work, I'll watch the replay.
Anything else you want to add tonight, Milton?
I didn't see the game, but they said Liverpool got very lucky against Burnley. Got like a 95th minute penalty.
Yeah, it was a penalty, and to be fair, I think they had 80% possession. They just couldn't break them down. I think Scott Parker went there not wanting to open up because he knew he'd get absolutely thrashed, and it nearly worked. The Manchester was 3-0 to City.
They had a player sent off as well, didn't they, Burnley?
Pardon?
Burnley had a player sent off as well.
I'm not sure about it.
If I'm not mistaken.
Come on here, you know what I mean? I just caught the end of the last 20 minutes of the derby. And United didn't play that bad in it, but as soon as they let a couple of goals in, that was it.
Who do we play next in the Premier League? Is it Brighton? Bro, that's going to be tricky.
That'll be a good game to a test for us because they're a footballing team, aren't they?
I predicted a 2-2 draw for the Brighton game.
I'm not sure if that's Saturday or let me have another look on Sunday because we're playing Tuesday. I'm quite happy with that. I thought it was going to be Wednesday, so I'm going to see if that's Saturday because that's not really a bad time. Yeah, 3:00 Saturday, so that ain't too bad. You've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your mate Big Ange, he got off to a bit of a shit start, but I suppose can't really judge him on that, can you?
No, I didn't watch that game. I'm not even going to talk about the scum down the road. If they're playing against Spurs, I'll watch it. But any other game, I'll never watch that. Never watch that team play. So I couldn't care less. I love Ange. I thank you for everything that he did for us. But you got to move on.
Yeah.
So good luck to Donald.
Milton, I was going to keep it short.
What's that? No, I'm just happy with the 3 points. Excited to see who our starting 11 is going to be against Villarreal, and it's only upwards from here. And hopefully, this momentum and the way we're playing can keep continuing forward, and hopefully we can be top 4 at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think a lot rests on the January window as well. If we want to get to the top 4. I do think that. I think we should from it.
Well, what do you reckon the transfer budget will be for January? How much do you reckon Thomas will be allowed to spend?
I don't know, but I'm imagining they're going to go back in for Savinho, and I've got a feeling that the new organisation within the boardroom will want to go out and make a statement signing. So I'm expecting probably to go in with an 85 million pound bid for Savinho. That's if they do want to make that signing. So they're saying as well they're putting 100 million pound into the club, which is all well and good. And I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful, but that's not an awful lot to get excited about in terms of transfers, unless they've got 250 million signings made up. Do you know what I mean? But if they went out, in my opinion, and bid 85 million for Savinho and only got Savinho, I'd be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
I would. I'd be quite happy with that.
What's to go with Bissouma? Is he injured? Because the transfer market's closed now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this could be a blessing in disguise for Bissouma. Because he knows he's got to stay there. If he wants to sell himself for the January window, then when you do come on, play well. Because he can play well when he can be asked.
Yeah, it's just an attitude problem with him, I think.
A bit of a chip, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah.
How many years does he got left on his contract? Is it just one?
I think there's one left, yeah.
Yeah.
See
what happens.
Just look at he hasn't looked far, is he? He just look at Jed Spence and see what Jed Spence was totally out in the cold, and look what he's done. He should just take a leaf out of his book.
Jed Spence is like the first name on the team sheet now.
Yeah. Bissouma can do it. He can do it. And I don't mind if you're playing a Champions League game, for example, or a big game in the league. I don't mind if one of the players has got to go off. I wouldn't mind if he said, right, Palhinha, you're knackered. Bentancur, you're knackered for the last 20 minutes. Go and put on Bergvall and Bissouma. That wouldn't bother me at all.
No.
You know what I mean? I'd rather do that than put someone like Archie Gray on, and that's no disrespect to him, but I just don't think he's ready yet. You know what I mean? So I'm quite happy that Bissouma's stayed, even though it's for a squad player. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, like you said, I would have been happy, in my honest opinion, if Archie Gray went on loan.
Yeah, I thought they should have contacted Leeds and let him go back there for a second because they'd have loved him back there.
Yeah, they would have welcomed him with open arms. So, there's no point of having a $40 million player on the bench and not getting any game time.
But do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to keep bringing it up, but I just said there, I'd rather bring like Bissouma on in a 20-minute game rather than Archie Gray. That point's already been proven in the Super Cup final.
Yeah, and especially if you get the Bissouma that was playing at Brighton when he was one of the best.
Bissouma played brilliant in the Europa League final, didn't he? Probably his best game.
Yeah, and the semi-final as well. He done very well.
Yeah.
But
so just have a
see what happens and
have a word with him. Put your arm on his shoulder and go, look, if you want to go, you can go, but get out there and sell yourself. And I won't stop in your way. Do you know what I mean? Because he's an idiot, really, because he could be a starter. He could be. He won't be, but his mind's not right. But it's gone to his head, hasn't it? He keeps getting in trouble. First of all, them balloon things, and all that other shit.
Then you get players like him, and remember Benoit Esiakota? He hated playing football. He was talented, but he goes, I don't even like football. I'm just here for a paycheck. I couldn't care less.
At least
it reminds me of him.
He played well, though, didn't he? Yeah, that's the difference. Don't matter if you don't like football. I was watching an interview the other week on a podcast. I think it was Defoe saying he'd turn up at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or Water Lane, wherever it was there, and he'd say to Defoe, "Who are we playing today?" But then he'd go out on the pitch and it'd be cushy enough.
Yeah, and it could be like everyone would be eating healthy, and Benoit Esiakota would be having croissants, chocolate milk, Mars bars for breakfast.
Some players can get away with that, can't they? You know what I mean?
Well, look at Wayne Rooney. Look at the footballer he was, and he used to smoke 2 packets of fags a day.
Mental, man. Well, look at him now. Wayne Rooney. All right, then, Milton. I'll leave it there, then, mate. Cheers for coming on.
No worries. Sorry, I was a couple of minutes late.
No, it's all right. I just wasn't sure, I just got
held up a little bit at work, but it's all good. I'll get back to work now. So I hate my job, but I still turn up and I perform every day, mate.
Well, you got to do it, mate, innit? You know what I mean? That's
Did he pass away, Ricky Haddon?
I can't believe it still. I can't believe it. I think they're not saying what's happened yet. I know I don't want to go too much in it, but he did have a few mental health issues, but he was in good form, good banter. Apparently, because he was training for an exhibition fight. So no one knows what's happened. Because I thought straight away, oh no, he's, took his own life. But people are saying,
who knows, but
it's just such a shame. 46 is no age, mate. It just shows it don't matter how much money you've got. But then again, people are saying it could have been a heart attack.
Who knows? It's very, very sad. And, my condolences to his family. And you don't wish death upon your worst enemy. But when your time's up, your time's up. That's the scary part. We're here one day talking. Next minute, we might not wake up. So
treat every day as
cherish every. Cherish every moment and just be a humble person in life. And, hopefully, if there is a heaven, we go there.
Yeah, I know it's no Arsenal fans up there.
No, with my luck, I'll go to heaven, have unlimited cigarettes, but no lighter.
Oh, imagine that. They'll be punishing you. All right, Milton.
Anywho, I'll let you go. Thanks for having me.
No worries,
Peace out, mate. Talk soon. See you, brother. Coins.